Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera buat kita semua. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, dan salam kebajikan. My name is Ester Juliana. I'm from class 6.3, English Education Department, Faculty of Teachers Training and Education, University of Lancang Kuning, Pekanbaru. I want to present my draft proposal about improving the students' reading skill through short story at the 10th grade students of Senior High School 1 Pekanbaru. Chapter 1, Introduction. Background of the research. Teachers should be innovative in choosing appropriate techniques and should also be able to create a pleasant atmosphere in the classroom to motivate students to read English text to improve students' reading skill. Teachers should know the new way to touch students' memorize or minds that make them dare to read English text. Identification of the problem. The researcher tried to make interesting activities for students in reading English text using a new way which is more effective and interesting ways to teach reading. Scope of the research. The scope of the research is students who have problem in reading very slowly and hesitate to read text aloud at the 10th grade students of Senior High School 1 Pekanbaru by using short story. Chapter 2, Review of Literature, Concept of Reading. Reading is an active process, not product like history, in which readers shift between source of information, what they know and what the text says, elaborate meaning and strategies, check their interpretation, and use the social context to focus their response. Reading is an exercise dominated by the eyes and the brain. The eyes receive message, and the brain has to work out the significance of the message. It means that people receive the information from their eyes and then understand the meaning by their brain. Concept of short story. Short story usually can be read in one sitting. Information overread in the story is relevant to the tale being told. Short story consists the writer depends on the reader bringing personal experience and prior knowledge to the story. The characters of short story are arresting opening, interesting plot, well-developed and appropriate structure, action, tension, clearly recognizable climax, satisfying ending. Advantage and disadvantage of using short story in teaching of reading. There are some advantages of using short story in teaching of reading. First, the students can develop their vocabulary. The second, the class is more interesting. And the last, the student can interest with the story. And short story has a disadvantage for students as the readers. As a fiction, short story tells many unreal characters and settings. When the short story tells a strange place, the students have to be hard to imagine it. Therefore, to make successful presentation of short story, care and preparation are needed. Chapter 3, Methodology. Research instrument. The first is task. The researcher used pre-test and post-test. The second is documentation, and the last is technique of analysis data. I think that's all my presentation of my draft proposal. Thank you for watching this video.